determine the order. Jenna Helena will go first.
Good evening, folks. My name is Jenna Helena, and I'm running for the position of Highway Superintendent. I have found it interesting that growing up and living in Wilton all my life and attending school in Saratoga, that some of my classmates used to say I lived in the sticks. Now some of those same people say, wow, you still live in Wilton? I do also. I found a home, and I never plan to leave. I am proud of Wilton and all that it has to offer. I've seen lots of changes over the years. It's called progress, and I'd like to be part of that progression from you, for my family, my friends, and my neighbors. I have worked for you for 28 years. I have plowed the snow off your streets in the winter and mowed your roadsides in the summer. I have paved your roads and fixed your signs. These are just a few of the tasks that the Highway Department takes care of. And for you, the residents that may not know, you have a highway crew that's second to none. It's at this time I feel as though I can show the leadership that is needed to take us forward. I believe in being proactive to see situations before they become problems. My membership with the Wilton Fire Department and the training that I have received has helped me a great deal with this. I also believe in ongoing education and training for the entire crew. I feel if a person is brought up to speed with new processes and technology, I feel if a person is not brought up to speed with new process and technology, that progress will slow to a halt. I believe that the residents of Wilton should be informed of things they can do to help us, to help them. They should know what is going on with their highway department and what is going on in their neighborhoods. And just maybe some little bit of information will make the residents' day a little less stressful. I know I work for you, the residents of Wilton, because first and foremost, I am a public servant.
Thank you, John. Mr. Whitaker?
Hello. Thank you, folks, for showing up tonight. I have been your highway superintendent for the past 30 years. My wife, Sandra, my daughter, Deborah, and my granddaughter, Caitlin, I love you all. I have spent my whole life, pertaining to the town of Wilton. I currently live on Traver Road. I am a U.S. Army National Guard veteran. I've been working in your highway department for 30 years. I've attended Cornell local roads for the past 29 years, and these programs consist of seminars for road construction and other topics related to highway management. I have a booklet here that was created by Cornell, and the town of Wilton has some of the best roads in the area that is documented in here, and I would really just like to pass that on. Part of my my super team that I have surrounded myself with, my foreman, my secretary. We have no team in the county like the town of Wilton, believe me. After a major fire in 2003, we never missed a beat with the helps of all of my colleagues throughout the whole area from Peru all the way down to East Greenbush and Albany, and I certainly appreciate that. We have a lot of programs for educational going on in our department right now to better our department. There's also a survey been done in Saratoga County that ranks the town of Wilton 85% of the county of what we do, and I'm really proud of 85%. My goal to you folks and you residents in this town, I can tell you, is to make that goal 100%. I'm not happy with 85%. Our educational processes are in the process being done currently. All of the statements we have to make to different individuals, and my cooperation with the town board has been phenomenal, and all of the other agencies within the town, and thank you.
Thank you. We're going to start with questions from the audience now, and the candidates drew lots to see who would go first, and then we're going to rotate who goes first. John, what do you hope to achieve as highway superintendent? Speak into your mic, too.
I would like to bring to the town a little more ease for the people that do want to use bikes for walking I know in the past, they talked about hamlets. And if that's something that the town board and the planning board and zoning board deem that needs to be done, I think there should be an easier way to get there, whether it's along widened roads, which will help them get to their destination, but it needs to be done in a safe manner.
Thank you very much, John. Kirkland?
We have a process in place right now where the town board has entertained sufficient funds, and in the future they will support more, I'm sure, to widen our roads within the town of Wilton and make them safer for all your joggers and walkers and your bicyclists besides, and thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to the next question from Jeff, a resident of Wilton. That was just that one I read, sorry. This is from Janet Hurt, a resident of Wilton. How is the budget for the highway department determined? And this goes to you, Kirkland.
The budget's determined for the highway department by my input and some of my staff, and we sit down and we do a process with the town board, and that's how my budget is established. And I can also tell this town, with the budget that I have been given in 29 years, I have never been over budget one time. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirkland. John?
I have to pass on that because I've never done the town budget.
Well, that makes sense. Okay. John, you're going to get to answer this question, though. First, this is from Wendy. She's a resident of Wilton. Wilton is growing rapidly, and we have many new neighborhoods. All have one thing in common: people driving too fast. Outside of law enforcement actions, what solutions could you support to deal with this issue within the highway department?
At this time, I'm going to have to say that without law enforcement, I believe the only other thing that we have the highway superintendent has purchased, or the town has purchased, I think you've all seen the little speed limit things that go on top of underneath the speed limit signs to remind motorists how fast they may be going, be it speeding or not speeding. I believe those, and we had previously a machine that could hand out tickets, but they chose not to. And past that, I have no idea.
Okay, thank
There's
you.
a process in place for speed within the town of Wilton that I have been involved in for many, many years. Then we request speed reductions at the town board level. It's passed on to the county level. It's passed on to the state level. The state is the ruler. They tell you whether you can lower that speed limit or not, period. And you cannot create an entrapment situation within the town of Wilton or any town. The other side of the coin is we have instruments that we have purchased. We have 4 now, we did have 2, and thank God the town board funded that program to help our residents with the speed. We also have the Sheriff's Department and the New York State Police that I have the authority to target any area within the town where I see there's a problem with speed, and I do that very frequently. I really don't want to disclose a lot of that, but we do have a way of controlling the speed, and yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The speed is way too fast in Wilton. We might get something done with that in the future, and I'll put 100% of my effort in that endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you. So Kirkland, you're going to get this question first, and it is actually for the highway superintendent, and John will get the answer. The roads in Wilton are in great shape. How did the Cornell Roads program help with achieving these results?
Would you repeat that again?
How did the Cornell Roads program help with achieving that the roads in Wilton are in great shape?
there was a determining factor. They had a student come with our town engineer, and when they went through the whole program with that, a study, and it took us all summer long, they went through and graded every road, and now we have a document that we can look at that's not written in stone, but it's a planning device for myself and our town board to look at, to suggest, only suggest the dollars and cents that we might be able to put in our highway infrastructure in the future. And part of that is all programmed, believe it or not, with the growth that is anticipated in the future within the town. So we do have part of that covered with the growth, so we can know and understand and read that document, which will help us fund our program in the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. John?
That's part of that, or any of that I was not privy to.
I understand. Okay, so this is a question that you'll get to answer first, John. How does growth fit into the comprehensive plan?
With the comprehensive plan, the growth is managed by your districts, as far as I know, to determine the density of the property, the amount of mileage, I guess you'd have to say, to the roadways, which in turn determines how many homes are going to be built in the town.
Okay, thank you. Kirkland?
Repeat that one time, would you
Yes.
please?
Mhm. How does growth fit into the comprehensive plan?
Growth fits in the comprehensive plan, I believe, by the agencies that are in place to write the comprehensive plan. And I want to believe, from what I know about the comprehensive plan, it's been done for quite a period of time. And we had diligent people on those committees that went throughout the town to survey different areas of what they needed and what they didn't need. And you take those things and you put them into the comprehensive plan. It gives the plan to our planners and our zoning people that I attend periodically, but not all the time. It also helps to make suggestions to our town board members of maybe something that they might not be aware of. That's what a comprehensive plan is to discuss, go over what potentially the town might need, and then go ahead and see if you can adopt that to what you might deserve or what you might appreciate for the residents of our community.
Okay, thank you. This is going to be our last question for our highway supervisor because we don't have a lot of questions from the audience, and I think we have to make time for a town supervisor. Supervisor, sorry. Okay. John, Kirkland, this question goes to you first. The wider shoulders on the road have been great. When did that program start?
Well, we've been trying to do it for a few years, and it was a funding situation. But now that we have come to the conclusion that this is the right thing to do, I'm going to say probably, I want to believe that I did Ruggles Road probably 8 to 10 years ago. That might have been my first program. Of course, trying to get in 30 years into 2 minutes is kind of tough, but my memory tells me maybe 10 or 12 years ago we started, and from now on, where we can do it, we will do it. But I can tell you residents for sure right now, there are some areas in the town of Wilton that we can't do it unless we buy right away. And if you have to buy right away, it gets very, very costly in some of the areas. So I am 100%, the board is 100% behind me to make sure that we do every project that we can, minimum 28 feet. And that still brings into a lot of other areas that, potentially we'll be able to do in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. John?
Again, I can't answer exactly when they started. Personally, myself, I believe it's needed in town. I think it's a great idea. And I also believe that it helps maintain the structural integrity of the road. It also helps with people's front yards, so they don't have a mess there during the winter. If a plow guy happens to go off the road just a hair and rip up a lawn. But personally, myself, I believe any place that we can put in a widened shoulder, that it should be done.
Okay, thank you. It's now time for closing statements. Candidates, you have 1 minute each and no longer. John, you go first.
I want to thank everybody for taking the time tonight to come out here and I guess enjoy this little bit of entertainment, if nothing else, and information. I appreciate the time to talk, and I hope I've answered some question and maybe raised some more. I've worked here 28 years. I'm going to still do my best no matter what my position is. And I'd like to thank you, vote for me on the 7th of November. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, John. Kirkland?
First of all, at this time, I want to shake the hand of my opponent. Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.
I certainly appreciate the opportunity to address this crowd. This job means a lot to me, and it's been my career for a long time. And I will work for you diligently. I wholeheartedly really want your support for this. I had my brother-in-law talk to me a few years ago, and he made a statement about concentrate on your job. That's working for you. And I guarantee you I will work for you if I get your support. Thank you.